This is going to be my first ever Cast Iron Wednesday. Quite a few people I follow, they've been doing this now for a couple of years. Dan's Outdoor Cooking, Carolina Chris, Shovelhead 8, Dee, who at Native Tearz, who started the Cast Iron Wednesday. There's Helga's Pennsylvania Kitchen. Then there's a few other, and I'm sorry for forgetting the names. But anyhow, for the last couple of years, they've been doing Cast Iron Wednesdays, and it's real simple. Just cook something in cast iron, and it's pretty much it. I get to thinking that I like a lot of cast iron as it is, and ideally, I would have tried to do more for myself, outdoor cooking. That's my thing. But this year, on the second anniversary, they started doing challenges, and I missed out on the stew one for March. There's just, all this craziness of the world now is, March is pretty much a bore. But, so I missed out on doing that when it was for stew, and Sean over at Shovelhead 8 had wanted to see from some of us Southerners, maybe something creative like, a Brunswick stew or something with squirrel and something. That's what I was going to do, was a Brunswick stew. But I probably still will. I've got plenty of time on my hands, and I'll get outside and maybe do I got a couple squirrel in the freezer still for leftover from last year, and I'll do a Brunswick stew and put that up there some later date. But for this month, for April, the challenge is breakfast. So that's what I'm going to do today. I was telling a coworker, a friend of mine, before we get laid off, how I do my omelets. Probably a little bit different from a lot of people. Instead of just mixing it together and then folding egg around all your toppings, my omelet is probably half omelet, half quiche, and then finished off in the oven under the broiler rack. As a kid, when I was going through trade school and stuff, I worked a lot in kitchens, and I worked in a JoJo's restaurant up in Indianapolis, and they had a big show kitchen, so we had to learn to do some things a little bit fancier, and that was just it. Put the pan underneath the broiler, or for them it was a salamander, and just heat things from the top surface that way. So that's how I learned to do my omelets, and it's really kind of pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here in a minute. I've got sausage already cooked up. I've got bacon cooked up. I'm going to dice up a little bit of onion and pepper, and then I've got a lost tripod somewhere too. I misplaced it since yesterday, so I'm going to try to find that too so I can get some better camera placement. But I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, so I've got both my pans heating up a little bit. This one finally cooled down a little enough. I'm going to put a little bit of bacon grease in there from this morning's bacon. Otherwise, I'd just use butter. Two eggs, probably about a tablespoon of water, two maybe, and lightly seasoned with some Old Bay. And a few little bacon crumbles. Some red onion, and a little bit of bell pepper, sausage. Then I'm just going to let that cook till it kind of firms up in the middle. You'll see, like on the edges here, it'll pull apart. Some of the wet, shiny look will go away. It'll take a couple minutes, and then I'm going to transfer the whole pan into the oven underneath the broiler, just to cook the top surface. Works better probably with solid cheese, you know, like a slice or not, but anyhow, after the top gets cooked, we're going to put a layer of cheese down, probably in the middle 2/3, and then when we slide it all out, just fold it over like a little half sandwich, so it'll look like a half moon deal, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so took a peek a second ago, and it's about ready to see. It just lifts up good and solid, nice little brown layer. So I'm going to take this and then stick it right here underneath the broiler rack for a second. And you got to keep an eye on it too, because it does not take long at all to finish off on the top. And I'm going to just be using taco blend cheese. Cooks up a little bit. I'm going to put some cheese on it. Get it open. Okay. Nice good dollop of cheese right there in the middle. And then back under the broiler for a second. Slightly over, about halfway, and then there you go. That is my omelette, and then this one is from my wife. So I'm going to go ahead and get mine started up, and then come back with a little taste test. Alrighty, it just came out, so I know it's going to be hot. I snapped it a little bit when I was folding it over. A lot of times it's a little more pliable, but it's done all the way through. Still, egg on the outside, meat, cheese, everything on the inside. So, let's see how we did today. Very good. It came up pretty good. The egg has a nice little, still pliable, but has like a little crust on it, so everything's trapped on the inside. Then you get the bacon and sausage flavors Still some crunch from the onion and peppers, and just nestled in gooey cheese. It's really good. So I want to thank you for watching my first Cast Iron Wednesday. Dee, Sean, I want to thank you for letting me be part of that community. And for any of the other followers I have, I think Dark Matter, DIY Dark Matter, I know he does some Cast Iron Wednesdays also. If I've left you out, it was not intentional. But thank you, and I guess we'll see you, if not next Wednesday, on an up-and-coming Wednesday.